Hello, welcome back. I'm Tom and you're watching Tales of Gear. Today's video is about the devilhunter mode and how to convert green gas GHK M4 magazines into the devilhunter mode. So the idea behind that is to use green gas magazines and to fill them up with liquid CO2 instead of the green gas. In order to do that, you need to take care of a few things, and I will show you what these are and the way how I do it and what works for me. Before I start with that, please note that this is not a step-by-step tutorial where you will see how each step is done. I will tell you what I do and how I do it. But there are plenty of videos out there that show each step and what it looks like when you do it. There are not many steps, by the way. So before I start with that, I'd like to point out a few things. First off, the magazines, GHK magazines I'm using are the second generation. I suggest getting these second generation mags, but be careful, and this is something I've noticed just recently. I didn't know about that. Not all second generations, or if you like version 2 magazines, are the same. The green gas version 2 magazines, you can divide them in the early production and the later production. This one here is the later production, and I like this one because it's much lighter than the CO2 magazine, and also the floor plate has these nice gold markings. Now let me show you this one here. This is one of the two green gas second generation version 2 magazines I've got recently, but immediately I have noticed that this one here is much heavier than this one here. When I've looked down, the version 2, this one here has the GHK markings on the floor plate, so another difference. And the fit in my gun was also different. This one seems to be a little bit wider and bigger in size than this one here. So it turns out that the V2 or Generation 2 magazines are different. The early production run and the later production run. I highly recommend trying to get these later production run because they're nicer, lighter, nicer float plate. Also the feed lips are easier to find, and you can tell them apart as well on these. You can see the difference. The plastic part here goes on the shell, while here not. I'm sure you can tell the difference. So if you have the early production run and buy the feed lips for the later production run, you will need to modify them. They are interchangeable, but it will need some modification. Otherwise they are the same, only the shell is stamped much nicer with the later production run than with the first production run. So the valves, inlet, outlet valves are interchangeable, fit perfectly. There is no difference in that. These are the differences between the early production and the later production run. Again, highly recommend these later ones. Now the conversion itself. I've prepared here one first production run magazine. You start with making sure there is no gas inside. Then you take off the plate and remove this screw here, and then simply push out the internal of the magazine. You end up with an empty shell. Put that aside. Hold this plastic part here because it's not screwed in and you might lose this nut that is inside. You can use a rubber band to keep it in place. Now magazine is empty, and here is what you need to do. I always start with exchanging this output valve. You will need a GHK CO2 output valve, which is different from, let me show you. So this is the green gas one, and the difference with the CO2 one is this gasket here. It's white and much thicker and stronger. Also the cap here is different. I will blend in a picture. So once you take out the green gas outlet valve, you need to install the CO2 outlet valve. Now that you have done that, you need to make sure that the complete magazine is completely sealed and that there will be no leaks at all. And to make sure of that, there are 4 points that you need to seal correctly. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 2 caps and 2 screws. And here is how I do it. On my first conversion, I followed all the tutorials I've seen on YouTube, and one of them says for the lower 2 caps and caps here, you need to wrap around the threads this plumber's tape, and this will ensure much better seal even when filled up with the CO2, which is much higher pressure than regular green gas. This is good, the method works, but I was trying something else that showed better results long term, and I wanted to be absolutely sure it will seal perfectly. And I've done that before with all my other pistol mags. For the last 10 years I'm doing it this way. So I'm using this sealant here. Okay, silicone sealant. This one happens to be nice black color. And what I do is simply I unscrew these caps here and put the sealant around the thread and inside the thread, and make sure to screw both tightly. The same I'm doing with these 2 screws, and after tightening them up, I simply put in some green gas to create some pressure, so everything gets pushed and put in place where it needs to seal everything, and let it dry for like 24 hours. After that, I'm testing it with the actual pressure of CO2, and I make sure it is completely sealed up and there are no leaks. So you're basically done with the conversion. There are suggestions to swap out this inlet valve as well. I will get into that in a minute, but once you're done with that, you remove the rubber band, if you had one, and reassemble the magazine by inserting it this way. Then you screw the screw in and put back the floor plate, and you're actually done. This is all you need to do the devilhunter conversion. Okay, now I've mentioned this inlet valve. That's a topic for itself. So firstly, everyone advises to change out the green gas one that comes with the green gas magazine with a KJW M9 Beretta GBB inlet valve, and this looks like this one here. They are the same, but somehow the KJW one seems to be made out of better material and handles the pressure a little bit better. Either way, you will experience, at least I did, you will experience some trouble with these inlet valves, because they are a lot under pressure, not only after filling, but while you fill the mag. What happened to me was they sort of blow out, and the reason was the internal O-ring of the inlet valve. I have here a 5mm inlet valve, just to show you what I mean. This is the middle part of the valve. You got a tiny O-ring on this part here, okay? And in the stock version it's black, and it wears out, and what happens, it simply slips over to this side and lets the inlet valve open, and everything you have put in the mag will go out. So it's just a matter of this little O-ring here. To get these replacement O-rings can be a little bit trouble to find them. Also, they are not that cheap, like a pack of 4 or 5 is a few dollars plus shipping. That's actually a lot, because in my case I need to swap them out like every 5 to 10 magazine fills. I know this seems a little bit extreme, but take into account you're filling it up with liquid CO2 and the pressure is enormous. So the same O-ring goes around this middle part here. As you can see, here is another red one, and this simply helps to prevent, firstly, that you can't push in the middle part too far when filling up with a bottle, and secondly, it seals up while filling, so no gas goes wasted. So you have 2 O-rings of the same type you need for the inlet valve, and when you have a few magazines every 5 to 10 refills, it turns out you need quite a few of these little O-rings. And if you buy them in the packs of 4 or 5, that's a little bit expensive in the long run. But a year ago I've seen a pretty cool hack about these. I can't find this video anymore, so for credit to the guy who showed these. If you see yourself and recognize yourself, please feel free to comment in the comments below. So it's not my idea, I've seen it, but I've tried it out and it's excellent. What I do, and what he did actually, he bought these ligature ties for your braces, and look at that, 1,000 pieces of these small O-rings in all the colors you like. This is what it looks like. Here are the red ones. Here we go. They are a little bit thinner than the original ones, but I can tell you these work, and I don't mind from every now and then to replace these just to make sure, even if they work. So this is a great hack. You have 1,000 pieces for all the needs you have to keep your inlet valves running as they should. Hope this information will help you. It's not something you can only use on the devilhunter mode when you convert your GHK magazines. This will work on your GBB pistol magazines as well. So go ahead, get one for $4. By the way, this pack of 1,000 cost me $4 shipped. I think that's very cost efficient. So this. Another thing you should stock up on is replacement O-rings, spare O-rings for the outlet valve. I've bought this especially for the CO2 outlet valves, but I've noticed that these are the same as the ones on the green gas outlet valves. So I have a few of these, and I will keep them just because of the O-rings, to have them as a spare. I do use the stock valve here, and I also have tried out these KJW valves. They are a little bit better. They handle the filling a little bit better, and if you can get them, often it's a little bit hard to find them in stock. You don't have to get the M9 Beretta ones. This one here was for the KJW block, and it looks like they are the same. Not sure for the other models, but I think they should be the same. So if you get any of the KJW for 7mm ones, I think you're good. They should fit. So I will keep using these stock ones for a while to see how much they can handle. Once they blow out, I will replace them with the KJW ones. I will be testing all my magazines and my guns this summer with a lot of shooting. I will record that and hope to make a few cool videos with that, and I will report back how the complete system works, what the efficiency is, and what issues I maybe will have. So if you have any questions, anything you would like to ask me, I will try to do my best and help you with anything I can. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and have a great day. Bye.